I drank it 30 years, had the job, had the family, and from the outside, I looked successful. You would look at my life and say, he's got it together. Everything's going all right. Go to work every day and looked externally happy and normal. But the sad reality was, and when the doors closed, the bottle opened. And when the bottle opened, my life fell apart. And every day I did that over and over and over again, starting from a really young age, using alcohol to escape all my perceived problems. And I say perceived problems because a lot of the problems that we deal with when we're drinking are problems that only happen in our mind. We got real problems, but a lot of the real problems too are brought on by alcohol. And every time that we drink, our lives just collapse just a little bit more. Every time that we give up free will and pick up the bottle, our lives just collapse. And have you ever thought that I'm not that bad? I'm functioning and I'm still going to work. The truth is, I used to say that to myself all the time too. There's no problem if I go to work every day. There's no problem if everything's going all right. But I want to show you there's a real cost of high functioning drinking and why you haven't been able to stop and how you can become the man who doesn't need to drink without going to rehab, without selling your soul or without labels or sitting around and talking about your feelings. Because the most dangerous part of an addiction like alcohol is when you hide behind your success. Because when you're hiding behind the success, just because you're achieving doesn't mean that you're actually living, doesn't mean that you're actually achieving life. So it's about getting really clear about what you want, because drinking will steal everything. And what it stole from me, stole my clarity, stole my energy, stole my purpose. My wife stopped trusting me. My health declined. And alcohol doesn't take time, which it takes all of it. Because the time that I wasn't drinking, I was thinking about drinking. And on times when I wasn't thinking about drinking, I was planning on drinking. And the times that I wasn't planning, I was drinking. And so it's almost like a full-time job in itself. But it just doesn't take the time. It steals your identity. It takes away your drive, warps your relationships and buries your mission. And you think, oh, well, it buries my mission, but I go to work and all that. But that's not your mission. Your mission is to be something better, be something bigger. And the thing with alcohol addiction and any addiction really is progressive. And if you don't break the cycle, if you don't break it, the cycle will break you. And when you're high functioning, you look at your life, and I looked at my life, and I wasn't homeless. I was going to work every day, but secretly I was dying inside. You'd have your drinks before dinner, or you'd have your drinks all the way till bedtime to pass out so that you can hide that deep pain and just wait for the day to be over. But the truth is, you don't have to wait for the day to be over. You don't have to hit that rock bottom, because you just have to get honest with yourself. A lie will tell you that it's okay because you're still producing. It's okay because you've got a job. But the truth is, you're silently destroying your life. And your life will be destroyed if you keep drinking. And the pain and the real cost that you don't really see, the real cost of drinking, it's the numbness. It's the disappointment. It's that emotional, void that you have in your life. It's the $100 a day. But more than just that money, you lose your presence, your leadership, and legacy that you want to leave. Because every drink that you take, every drink has a cost. And it's not just emotional. It's not just a money cost. It's emotional, relationally and financially. And you think about it, most men, they track the calories so that they can lose weight and live the life. But how many times do you track the damage that your alcohol addiction is causing in your life? How many times do you write down, failed to do that? I didn't do this. I didn't do that. It can be really confronting when you actually sit down and work out the real damage that alcohol's causing. And it's not just the calories, because what you're really paying for when you're drinking isn't alcohol. You're paying to avoid your life, but it gives you regret and wasted potential. And it doesn't ultimately lead to where you want to go. And one of the ways that really works when you think about it is recognizing that really alcohol's got nothing valuable to offer in your life. So if alcohol really has nothing to offer, you need to start to think about, well, what about abstinence? And it's not like, oh, you'll never drink again, because you don't want to drink camel's piss again. It's about recognizing that you don't want to drink again because alcohol isn't something that you need in your life, and it's not something that you want in your life. So once you recognize that alcohol isn't part of your life anymore, You can change your identity and you can switch. Because I tried willpower, that didn't work. I tried hiding, that didn't work. But everything changed the moment that I stopped trying to quit and started just to become the person that doesn't drink. Because your behavior changes when your identity changes. And it's not about saying, oh, I'm going to be a perfect person. It's just about recognizing that you're a person that doesn't drink anymore. And the person that doesn't drink anymore doesn't need to have willpower to stop drinking because they don't drink. And you don't rise to your goals. You fall to your self-image. And it's not about abstinence. It's about evolution of your life. And it's about having the rituals, the rewiring your brain, and then the brotherhood and the constant reassurance that it's going to be okay over and over and over again. So that you can be the man that you'd swore to be. Not the man that's hiding behind the bottle, hoping for a day to be over. Because behind all that drinking, I know I was the man that I was going to be, but the drinking took it all away. So when you take away the drinking, what you're left with is yourself. And if you've listened this far, you realise that there's more to you than the drink. You know, that you're the father, the leader, the savage. Because that part of you's never died. He's just buried at the moment under the avoidance of the problem. And you've got to recognise that you're not broken. You're just buried at the moment. Because the man that you promised you'd be, the man that you said that you wanted to be, is still there. But he won't come by being comfortable. He won't come by being drunk. He will come by stepping up to the plate. Because sobriety isn't the goal. It's the foundation to build your life. It's the foundation to build your legacy. Because you won't find yourself when you put down the bottle. You won't find yourself at the bottom of the bottle. You'll find yourself the day that you put the bottle down. And if you're still here, still listening, the fire inside you hasn't died yet. The man that you swore you'd become is still calling you. So stop thinking, because thinking keeps you stuck. The next thing is action creates the change. So most men spend years deciding, and everything changes when you commit. And down below, I've got a free training if you're ready to take the next step. If you're really ready to take the next step into your life and your evolution and start to step into your legacy, click the link below, kickthepiss.com, watch the training and then book a call. And then we can talk about how I can help you start to rebuild your life. Because this isn't rehab. It's not about labels. This is for men like yourself, where you can take your power back. You're worth fighting for. So click the link down below, book a call, and let's see how I can help you.